This is Grumpy Young Male. You all ready for this? Over to you, Tom.
Thanks, Bassa. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Grumpy Young Male. My name is Tom. I am fine now, in case you were asking, because I was sick last week. I am feeling much better and much more grumpier, as I should be. And before I get into this week's episode, I just want to give you guys a bit of a thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
For your support for last week's debut episode of Grumpy Young Male. For those who shared, liked, left me feedback, good and bad, mainly the bad ones, but that's okay, it's a work in progress. And for those who spread the word amongst their family and friends, and for those who really needed a reality check in their lives, thank you. The more you do that, the more I get famous, and that's what I really want at the end of the day. It's a harsh and true and cold reality that we live in. Anywho, so what has pissed me off this week? Slow walkers.
Oh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way.
And a heads up, I am not going to be sugarcoating anything here. It's like every time I manage to calm myself down and get myself into my happy place and think, you know what, let's do this. Let's go for a walk down the street. Everyone sees me and makes it their mission to deliberately make my trip to the liquor store feel like I'm walking through a kindergarten class. And just like a kindergarten class, let me tell you, slow walkers, proper footpath etiquette. So put that phone away, look where you're walking, and form a single line, ignorant bastards. Firstly, you should navigate a footpath the same way you navigate a road. Keep to the left and leave enough room for oncomers on the right. My voice was breaking there. About time. None of this let's walk everywhere. Because that's when chaos and disorder occurs. Foot traffic will be more efficient if we design footpaths like roads, dashed lines and all. Heck, install traffic lights and roundabouts. Let's school all out with this. Because navigating through a crowd of brainless walking zombies that are coming at me from all directions feels like playing a game of Star Fox on the Nintendo 64.
Do a barrel roll.
You're welcome, 90s kids. I was going to go for The Walking Dead joke there, but that would have been too obvious. To that select group of people who magically appear next to me somehow, like you're part of a secret society of Time Lords, and give me a dirty look as I dare to accidentally cross your path or be in your direct line of eyesight, like I am Green Senator Sam Dastyari at a Footscray pub.
Excuse me.
You. If you're listening to this from another country, don't worry. Most of the population of Australia won't even get that reference either, despite it being one of the most trending news stories over the last week. From now on, if I come across two or more slow walkers walking abreast, I will knock into you, which is my polite way of saying I will barge right through you both. Because if there is one of me and two or more of you, and for some reason your visual spatial perception goes into one of those Zen modes, like when Sherlock travels into his mind palace, that's an invitation for me to knock some sense back into you and bring you back to reality. Your mind palace must be your own little imaginary universe where with a snap of your fingers, you've destroyed Christmas and Manus Island. Everyone is politically correct, open-minded and tolerant of your progressive views and morals because God help them if they aren't. And you've abolished the Australian government because they were restricting your civil liberties and screwing you over with your HEX debt. I'm sorry, but what makes you guys think that if you are busy walking and talking to your friends that you automatically get hogging rights to take up the entire footpath? Have any of you actually taken the time to acknowledge how small Melbourne's footpaths are? In a city of, at the time of this recording, I think over 4.5 million people. Oh, don't you think I've forgotten about you, notorious mobile phone walkers? I think it should be illegal to use your mobile phone while walking. 5 years in jail. No probation. And I'm talking jail, not Prissy Port Phillip Prison. You're going to Barwon or Margarito. Prissy Port Phillip Prison. That's for you alliteration lovers out there. Again, you're welcome. The amount of times I've been a victim of mindless phone zombies running into me, expecting me to move for them, has made me unable to sleep at night. Every time I'm reminded of those attacks, I watch an episode of Cram on Channel 10. This episode of Grumpy Young Male is not sponsored by Channel 10, by the way. I just really hate that show and Peter Hellier. I lie. I actually haven't even watched an episode of Cram. I would rather do a strip of acid and watch the latest movie adaptation of Stephen King's It than watch an episode of apparently the only quiz game show in the world that gives you the answers before the question, according to their promos. Peter, Channel 10, have you ever heard of Jeopardy? Yeah, Alex, I'll take Australian television as a embarrassment for 200, please. If you really want to pretend you're doing something charitable by posting your response to hashtag bring them here on Twitter or Facebook because it's easier than actually physically doing something about it while sipping your eco and animal-friendly almond milk flat white that you got from some pop-up cafe down one of Melbourne's cold and subterranean rat-infested alleyways, merely because you want to brag to your friends and colleagues that you actually give a damn about the environment and animal welfare when you really couldn't give two.
Excuse me.
Why not take a seat on one of their biodegradable milk crates instead, or pull over to the side of the road and not hold up foot traffic with your ostentatious slow walking? Oh yeah, and there's this new special breed of stupid I've noticed recently who actually read a physical book or newspaper or magazine while walking, like they are Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. Are you that time poor that you can't organise at least 5 minutes in your day to chill out in a park, or that dingy back office at your work used for storage and read that autobiography by this one person that you now like, but I can guarantee you 1 month ago you wouldn't hesitate to bitch about how much of a D-list celebrity they were? Reading while walking? Come on guys, you don't look smart or cultured, you look like a twat. Before I go, look guys, I can handle you all using your umbrellas. Melbourne's weather can be unpredictable at the best of times, I get that. But let me lay down a few ground rules. No impractically large umbrellas that are so big they are borderline beach umbrellas should be allowed on busy foot thoroughfares. Mate, that cheap large promotional umbrella you got from some law or accounting firm does not make you a modern day Moses and allow you to part the Red Sea that is your fellow foot commuters. If I see you coming and you expect me to move for you, well, you're wrong, buddy. Also, why do you still use your umbrella when A, it's not raining anymore, and B, you're undercover? Take it down. I don't know about you, but I'm a huge fan of having two perfectly working and unpunctured eyes, and the last thing I need to do is see an unidentified nylon disc with spikes giving me a bloodshot eye before I get to work. Clear eyes doesn't get rid of that.
Excuse me?
Man, okay, I'm done.
That'll do, donkey.
Follow Tom and the show by liking Grumpy Young Male's Facebook,
Twitter.
and chat with Tom anytime.